Alrighty. This will be a bit more complicated, but I think once you see the pattern and how it works, it becomes really pretty easy. Here we're talking about finite and non-finite verbs. That is, verbs that can change to show tense, person, or number. These are finite. Versus verbs that cannot change. They're non-finite. Well, let's look at examples. I think that always helps, right? In one of the links in the homework preparation sheet, you see that the explanation says, verbs which have the past or the present form are called finite verbs. Verbs in any other form, that's the infinitive, the ing, or the ed, are called non-finite. Again, let's look at examples. Okay, so here we see these are finite. They show the present and the past. They change. David plays the piano. My sister spoke French on holiday. These change to show the tense, so they're finite. Here they don't change. You have the to form, that is the infinitive, to continue. It took courage to continue after the accident. This doesn't change, so it's non-finite. Leaving home, this is an ing form, so it's non-finite. Leaving home can be very traumatic. Leave immediately when you are asked to do so. This is the ed form. This is non-finite. Let's look at more examples and we'll start to see the pattern. Okay, the verb which is controlled by the subject is finite, like here. She is. We don't say she are, right? She is. Is the first verb. It's controlled by the subject, like you would say they are. This one changes. So this one is finite. Holding is non-finite. It doesn't change. We don't say they are holdings, right? This one doesn't change. It's an ing form, so it's non-finite. And this one changes, so it's finite. Here, like, I like cupcakes. She likes cupcakes. That one changes, so it's finite. This one's usually quite easy when you see it in the sentence or in the verb phrase and context. It's a participle. It's an ing form. These are always non-finite. But like here, okay, I walk every day. Walk. It's finite. It agrees with the subject. It's in the present tense. So this one, it changes. So it's finite. Here, though, it's the same verb, right? Walk, but it has a different function in the text, in the sentence. Walk here is non-finite because it's the infinitive. It doesn't change. This one does because it's past tense. So this is the finite one. This is the non-finite one because it doesn't change. Let's look at more examples and see the pattern. Okay. Here, what we want to do is tell whether these verbs in the 10 sentences are finite or non-finite. The first step is just find the verbs. Pause this video and underline the verbs in these 10 sentences, okay? Or underline them in your head, write them down. First, just find the verbs. We'll do that first. Okay. These are the verbs. Gave, to sit. Was, to see. Want, to buy. Barking, bite. Is, to leave. Is, to start. Was, wearing. Had, polished. Got, repaired. And finding, went. Okay, first step, we found all the verbs. Great. Now, are they finite or non-finite? Take a moment, pause the video, think about the rule. Can the verb change in number? That is to fit the subject. Can it change tense? If so, it's finite. Right. I think it's easier if we look at the pattern to just see, for example, all the ones that have to, like to sit, to see, to buy, to leave, to start. These are all non-finite because they have that to form. That's the infinitive. The ones that are all ing, right? Finding, barking, wearing, these are non-finite because they don't change. Which ones are finite? Well, the ones that change, he gave. This is controlled by the subject. It was, I want. Dogs bite. It's controlled by dogs, so it's finite. He is, was, had, got, and went. These are the ones that change to fit the subject. They're controlled by the subject. Okay, now hopefully after watching this video and by the end of today's class, you can describe, you can tell the difference between finite and non-finite verbs. If you find this difficult, if it's proving difficult, practicing just is key. Seeing the patterns and practicing will really help. And thank you for watching.